Comments. Good source code is usually well documented. We will have a short look on the two different types of comments that exist in C++. I will discuss their usage and explain what the differences between good and bad comments are. Hi, my name is Zen and welcome to my channel. So usually if we look at code in C++, there are two options to comment something. The first option are the two backslashes. This is usually a comment. The second option to have a comment is this. Both of them are completely equivalent. So this means that the compiler, during the compilation of your program, it will ignore this line and it will completely ignore this comment. So none of those things has any influence on the behavior of your program. However, it is possible that using comments you can document your code, you can say what you wanted to do, and you can explain why you did what you are doing in the code, or just help the reader of your code understand better what you wanted to do. The behavior of comments is also that this comment is only in a single line, while in between these two symbols it can be that this is a multi-line comment. So it means that also this line here is now a complete comment. And inside of a comment you can basically use any symbol that you want. So I can also put there these symbols of this comment and say also a comment. So it doesn't change here the behavior. So in general, why both of these methods are usable, in the industry it's very, very clear that you shouldn't use this type of comment. The reasoning behind this is quite simple. It is that you could accidentally use those comments inside of each other. And for instance, you want now to comment out a specific file. I want now to put this and that at the end. So because I want to, for whatever reason, comment out everything that is inside here. However, the problem here is that because I have now nested the comment, at the first unnesting of this, the comment will end. So I will actually only have commented out half of my code that I wanted to comment out. That is the reason why these types of comments are actually forbidden in most of the companies. So whenever you stick to comments, just use the two backslash and you will always be fine. Another thing that you often see in comments is that most of the people do the content of the comments wrong. If you comment your code, you should always comment intent, because otherwise you should think about restructuring your code, that the code itself is more clear. So for instance, if you have something like this, float a equals 0 and float b equals 1, and then you have, for instance, this code that says float c equals a plus b, and then you have a comment on top of that that is absolutely useless, that just says something like add a and b. Some of the companies have introduced rules that you have to have a certain density of comments, and all of these rules are absolutely garbage, because then you end up with comments like this. It's completely unuseful. You already know that by reading from the code, and the reader doesn't gain any information from it. So what you should do instead is to explain why you did what you did. This means that, for instance, A is, A is the speed of the train, and B is the speed of someone on board, and C is then the total speed or something like that. And then you say that what you want to do, or you explain a tricky algorithm why it does what it does, but never explain what you are doing in a comment. I hope you learned something today, because that's already all I have for you today. If you did, please subscribe and turn on your machine, get started and try it out. And as always, enjoy coding.